Hey guys, welcome back to our Glory Hunter save here on FIFA 23. Back today with another big episode where we have the second leg of the Champions League last 16 against Chelsea. We've also got some big games in the Serie A and also the semi-final of the Coppa Italia against Juventus. If you haven't seen the previous episode, make sure to check it out. We made some good headway in the league. And we're going to start today's episode off with this Coppa Italia semi-final with a sim in the first leg against Juventus. Then we'll see where we stand and possibly we'll play the second leg. Right then, time for this semi-final. As I say, we will sim the first leg. We're at home. We have made changes, so we're not quite at full strength, but I've not made a load of changes and thrown a load of kids and shit players out like I did in the previous rounds. We're still pretty strong, so if we get a decent result, then great, we'll sim the second leg. If we have to play it, then we will. Oh, what a goal. It's Diogo Jota, player that we had at the European Championships with Portugal. It's been a really tight game. There's not really been any clear-cut chances. Diogo Jota's just scored an absolute worldie to give Juve the lead. Good build-up. Zaniolo 1-1. Fantastic strike as well. Anything Jota can do, Zaniolo can do better. That's a great strike into that far corner, and it levels things up at 1-1. Still got the chance alive. Nonto. It's Messi. It's 2-1. Lionel Messi off the bench with a huge goal. Puts us in the ascendancy for this second leg. 10 to play here at the Olimpico. And cleared. And we lead 2-1 going into that second leg, back at the Allianz Stadium. Right then, guys, we turn our attention from the Coppa Italia back to the Serie A, sticking with the domestic football for now. It's a big one against 6th place Napoli. Milan actually slipped up. They dropped points and drew with Lazio, meaning that if we win this, we go 6 points clear with 10 to play. Huge chance here to extend our gap and put ourselves right in the ascendancy for the title. Really well. Great passing moves. Kvaratskhelia, great save. Mendy again. They've been the better side and we've not really started here. Cabral to Baku. Drilled in low. Good block and cleared by Varane. Dybala waits for the run of Zaniolo. 1-0. Against the run of play, there's no Bono in goal for Napoli today for whatever reason. And Alex Meret couldn't get down to it. Hits it first time, Zaniolo. And the party has started at the Olimpico. Dybala does well, just waits for the run. Reverses it to Zaniolo. It's a decent strike, don't get me wrong, but I think Bono saves that. Hits it well with the laces, but the keeper doesn't really get into that corner. And Nicolo Zaniolo with another goal. Tammy on the run. Goal side. Tammy. Good save by Meret this time. Just looked to bend it around him. Tammy again. Goes for the dink. Is just over the top of the crossbar. Dybala picks it up. Fancies a run at Dan Axel Zagadou. Waits for Molina instead. Pulled into Tammy. Great play. Zaniolo, is he onside? It's 2. But it is offside. I think it was Nikola Zalewski who slammed it home, but Zaniolo, as he picked up the loose ball, must have just been offside. Oh, it's tight. I think he is just off, but Zalewski did slam it home, but it won't count. Zaniolo. Tammy. Zalewski is now on the overlap, looking for his goal, and this time it will count. Nicola getting the start today, not featured as much this season with Destiny and Spinazzola ahead of him, but gets the start today. Has a goal disallowed a few moments ago, but this time does drill it home. It's 2, it's Nicola. Does really well, bursts onto it, and then bang, just slams it home, and we look as if we're going top of the league by 6 points. Nicola comes forward, looks for the return. Nicola! Oh, it's just wide. He's been brilliant today. Maybe a little bit unfortunate not to have featured so much this year, but with with us playing so well and Destiny and Leonardo not putting a foot wrong, he's not really had that much game time. Been brilliant today. And with Paulo Dybala still on the pitch, I mean, it's very close. Looking to go up and over. Dybala. Oh, what a save, Meret. That's an outrageous save. I genuinely thought that was in. It's not quite in the corner, but he claws it away. And that should be that as we enter the 92nd minute here. And there is the final whistle. Again, it's just a professional display from Roma. 2-0 and very, very comfortable in the end. Our lead at the top of the table is extended to 6 with 10 to play. We are definitely in pole position now. Right then guys, one more game before we turn our attentions back to that second leg against Chelsea. It's Spezia away from home, and we've got Chelsea in just a few days time, so we've made quite a few changes for this one. Karsdorp, oh, he went for the header, saved by Dragowski. Yeah, we made quite a few changes for this one, with that 6-point lead now opening up and the Champions League still to play. Quite a few changes, hoping we get the same result. Looks for Martins through the middle. On his left foot. Oh, what a brilliant tackle. Oh, it's a penalty. Well, personally, I'm not too sure about that one. We'll see here. Oh, he wins the ball. That's a terrible decision from the referee. We've got lucky. We don't get many penalties. It'll be Jonathan Martins. And it's saved by Dragowski. It's an awful penalty. Dragowski saves. And maybe a little bit of justice is served there. Terrible pen from myself. But it wasn't a penalty in the first place. Martins with the header now off the crossbar. Still not away. And now it will be cleared. Oh, and Zola's got the pace. This time he has got away from Thiago Silva. Hits it and finds the bottom corner. And this lad is a baller in real life. And Zola scored bag loads of goals for Spezia. And he hit it quite early because Ibanez was getting back. You can see in the top of your picture, Ibanez starting to get across. Hits it early, but finds the bottom corner. And Edouard Mendy can't get there. And maybe we're getting a little bit complacent with this lead at the top of the Serie A. Nicola looking for an instant response. Nonto, oh, brilliant defending. We've been on top. We've been the better side here. They've literally had one chance and scored it. We just can't finish our dinner at the moment. Nonto had gone, but the ball wasn't on. Orsolini striding forward. The January signing. Pulls it back to Nonto off the post. Unbelievable. Zalewski now. Moretti. Martins. Orsolini hits it. It's over the top. And now Zalewski can bring it forward down the other end. Full of running. Nonto. Drilled into Martins. Round the corner for Pobega. Takes it in his stride. Pobega. There's our equaliser. He's popped up with a few goals this season. And there's another one from Tommaso Pobega. Ravella. Nonto. Valentin. Still. Now Spinazzola. Pulled back to Nonto. Great block. Ravella wins it. And there is the full-time whistle. It's a 1-1 draw. Spezia only with the one shot, but they were good value for the point, to be fair. They defended well. And we do have to take into account that we're still playing in 3 competitions. We're going to have to rotate the side. We are going to have games that we don't win. So at the end of the day, it's not a terrible point. I'm just hoping that Milan don't beat. I think it was away at Venezia, their game. So come on, Venezia, do us a favour. Yeah, there it is. Need them to do us a favour. Alright then, ladies and gents, we are switching our focus back to the Champions League as we welcome Chelsea to Rome. It's a big night for both teams, but Chelsea are going to need a bit of a miracle here. They need to stop us from scoring and find a few of their own. They've made a few changes from the first leg. I think that if we can score the first goal in this, it's pretty much tie over. Chelsea would need 3 just to take it to extra time, and we've been so good defensively this season. You can see the teams here. We are at pretty much full strength. We've made a few changes just to freshen things up. So Hanko starts at the back with Mukiele, but forward line, as always, as strong as it can get. The Chelsea team then, as I say, a few changes from the first leg. It's Martinez, Chilwell, Kimpembe, Rudiger, Elizondo and James, Kovacic and Havertz in midfield with Mount on the right, Sterling on the left and Romelu Lukaku up top. I think the first goal in this one is massive. If we can get it, it's pretty much tie over. See you later. Kimpembe. Dybala into Molina. Tammy's in there. Oh, I wanted it to Tammy. And it went all the way to the back stick to Lorenzo. If that was just whipped across the face of goal, it was a tap-in for Tammy Abraham. Now Zaniolo. Cristante. Nicolo again hits it just over the top. Good start from Roma, keeping the pressure on Chelsea. Cristante gets a foot in, but Mount picks it up. We're just doing so well to swarm them. We've not really created anything going the other way, but defensively we've been sound. Here's Tammy. Looks to get away from Rudiger. Forced a little wide. Tammy Abraham. Oh, that is outrageous. And that will send us into the quarter-final. Chelsea have been decent here, and we've not really been able to create anything. But Tammy, that's a ridiculously tight angle. Off the crossbar and in. This is a lovely angle for it. Martinez, weird animation, clips the top or the underside of the bar and nestles into that far corner. 3-0 on aggregate. Definitely game over now. Kovacic now to pick it up. Molina with a flying challenge, and that's poor. Elizondo beaten by Tammy. Going all the way. Abraham is 4. Tammy with a brace in both legs. Haunting his former team. Just allowed to carry on into the box. Just a few yards out and just absolutely slams it home past Emi Martinez. It's 2-0 on the night once again and 4-0 on aggregate. Chile again. Into Havertz. Mendy denies him. Oh, great play. Reece James, what a save, Edouard Mendy again. Wants that second clean sheet against his former club. Kovacic looking for Havertz. Keeps it in. Rashford, brilliant save again. Oh no, Cristante dives in. He's going to be a red. He's going to miss the first leg of the quarter-final. I thought it's such a stupid challenge at 4-0 on aggregate, but the ball was there to be won and he missed it. Cristante's going to miss the first leg of the quarter-final, whoever we will face. Oh, Tammy goes into the book as well. It's been a little bit feisty, this one. Just a yellow for Tammy. But it looks as if we are going to make it into the quarter-finals. It's a 4-0 victory over the 2 legs. 2-0 in both of the games. Cristante will miss that quarter-final first leg against whoever we will face after a pretty silly red card, but it's comfortable in the end. It's Roma into the quarter-finals. So here are the rest of the results. So the teams in the quarter-finals will be Manchester City, Bayern Munich, Spurs, AC Milan, RB Leipzig, Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. No real easy ties in there. There never are in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Hoping the draw is going to take place on this Friday here, and we're going to see who it is that we're going to face in the quarterfinals. If we go to the news section, we can see the quarterfinal draw here, where Roma, in our first quarterfinal in the Champions League, will face... Oh, it just would be, wouldn't it? It just would be It's our former team, Atletico Madrid. We will be heading back to the Metropolitano. That's class, that. That's brilliant. It's Real Madrid against Spurs, Leipzig against Milan, Bayern v City, and Roma against Atletico Madrid. Oh, guys, I'm just in the emails as well. So Cristante obviously misses after his red card, but Tammy Abraham's also picked up too many yellows, so he will also miss that first leg at home at the Olympico against Atletico Madrid. Two of our key players are going to be missing from that quarter-final. Right then, guys, we've got two more games to end out the episode. I'm going to leave it there, and then we'll come back with the quarter-finals of the Champions League in the next one. So 2 league games to close out the episode. This first one against Hellas Verona. I'm trying not to sim games now because we're at this stage of the season where every game is just so important. So trying not to sim them and make sure that I can get the win. Here goes Molina down the right-hand side. Into Martens, 1-0 straight away, 5 minutes in. The title is ours to lose, and we don't look as if we want to lose it. Scooped it into that far corner, Martens. Varane intercepts, Nonto, Dybala, we look in the mood. Paulo Dybala, it's 2. Inside quarter of an hour, we are looking dangerous in this one. Actually moved Dybala back to Cam for this one, and it seems to have worked because he's been on a bit of a goal drought, and he's found one here. 2-0. And the 3 points look as if they're going to be in the bag. Paulo Dybala finds the top corner beautifully. We look like we're in one of those moods here where we want to score a lot of goals. Jonathan Martins pulled across looking for Nonto. Won't reach him. Now it's Cristante. What a strike that is. This could be another high scoring one. Can we beat up 8 against Atalanta? Great football from us again. Molina keeps it in. Martins, great save. Still in. And we can't quite force it home. I'd say we haven't quite been playing free-flowing attacking football over the last few games. We've been getting the job done. And in this one, we did make a few changes to that forward line. And it seems to be working because we look like scoring every time we come forward. Corner for Hellas Verona right at the end of the half. Dani Ceballos to whip it in. Mendy forced into the save. That's the first real chance they've had, but we lead 3-0 at the break, and it has been all Roma. Great build-up. Nonto for 4 should have been. Great save, but build-up deserved a goal. Ball in. Martins flicks on. Played by Hellas Verona here. They might get a goal back, and they have. It's 3-1. Here goes Messi. Has he got the pace still to get away? He has. Messi! Oh, it's wide. We've taken our foot off the gas a bit in this second half. That's a huge chance, that, and it's spurned by Messi. Oh, fucking hell. Shot comes in. Great effort and a brilliant save by Mendy again. And we've kind of taken our foot off the gas. And Hellas Verona, I think we might be there for the taking. Again, we give it away. Power strike comes in. And Mendy, again, forced to turn the ball behind. Corner's not very good. Should be cleared and is. Now Molina through to Messi. This time, can he wrap it up? Lionel Messi saved again. Messi's corner. Martins at the near post, saved by the keeper. There's the full-time whistle. It was very comfortable. Verona sort of huffed and puffed and had a few chances, but we should have had 5 or 6 there. Comfortable win in the end, 3-1 away from home. On to the international break. We'll be simming through that, and then we'll have one more league game to close out the episode. Alright then, guys, last game of the episode before we return next time with the Champions League quarterfinals. It's Parma who aren't doing great in the league at the moment. And we're hoping, that's our ball, we're hoping that we can get a victory here. That would mean with, I think, 7 games to go, we would be in a really, really good position to see out this league title. Quite a few changes, but I have faith in my squad. And here goes Tammy early doors. Obviously, he can't play in the Champions League. Orsolini! It's his first goal for the club. Riccardo Orsolini, the January signing. Love this man. As I was just saying, Tammy Abraham obviously won't be able to play in... Actually, I should have started Cristante as well, because he's suspended for the quarter-final first leg. But Tammy starts because he won't feature. I should have started Cristante too, but we've got loads of midfield options. We haven't got there. Cyprian, it's off the post. And that probably should have been 1-1. Nonto rolls through Tammy. Abraham, it's 2. Took his time. Picked out the top corner. He'll be gutted to miss the Champions League game in a few days, but I'm sure this goal will make up for it partly. Great ball through by Nonto. Checks inside past the defender and just picks out that top corner. Bove. Good football from Roma. Drilled into Tammy, it's 3. Brilliant assist by, I think it was Eduardo Bove. And Tammy Abraham drills it home. And just as we did against Hellas Verona, we've started like a house on fire in this one. Scalvini, important block. Shot comes in. Mendy makes the save. I have to say, I've been impressed with Scalvini this season. I didn't really get on with him the first couple of times I used him, but this season he's grown a few ratings and he feels a lot more usable than he did last year. Big save again by Mendy. Finally the whistle goes. All forward here for Parma. So Koulibaly out on the right. Played inside to Cyprian, who hit the post earlier. Again it's Cyprian, played inside brilliantly, and this time they do have a goal. And this is very similar to the Hellas Verona game, where we just switched off after we went 3 up. Messi, can he slip it through the gap? He can. Nonto, it's 4, fantastic finish. Looked as if he was going to go across the keeper and went to the near post instead. And Buffon, at the ripe old age of like probably 50, couldn't get down to it. Ooh, strong challenge from Pobegale. He might be in trouble here. Referee brandishes the red card. I'm not so sure about that. I thought he won the ball. Let's have a look. Maybe the Parma man gets there first, but again we're going to finish the game with 10 men. 2 red cards in this episode. Ravella, the one-man midfield. Now Nonto looks for Valentin, holds it up. Nonto, it's 5. I don't know how many goals he's scored for us over these few years that we've been with Roma, but he must have a fair few, Wilfried Nonto. There's a full-time whistle. It's 5-1 and it's comfortable again. And we will extend or keep our lead at the top of the table, and we're just taking it game by game at the moment. Milan also get the win to keep the pressure up, but just take it game by game. Well then guys, we will end the episode there after that 5-1 victory against Parma. You can see from the league table, we're still 6 points clear at the top with 7 games to play. But we do, of course, still have to play AC Milan. And we've also got Inter and Fiorentina before the end of the season. So still some tough games to come. I'm definitely not counting my chickens yet because there's still 7 games to play and a lot still to do before the end of the season. I hope you have enjoyed, guys. We are getting towards the end. We have absolutely rattled through this season, so I hope you enjoy the kind of pace of the video. But we'll be back very soon to close out the season with the last few episodes of Season 3 very soon. Peace.